Easter! Time to teach kids to ignore the eggs cause we ain't rich! And for the chocolate magic to help, Tales from the Cryptly! After the envious girl lost her beauty to a Penrose triangle, Chocolate Stick, time to make a decision,
Pluto's a planet.
brings Mahou, a popular kid loved by all, who needs to buy a notebook and knocks a glass with her elbow in a store. I don't know how if the aisle is wide like that. And since she doesn't have enough money and there's no one there, she decides to clean it up, get the money at home, and come back to pay. But Hanzawa took a picture of her on her cell phone and forces her to do what she wants so she won't tell on her, starting with giving her money. It's just 1,000 yen and the glass was 2,500, but it feels contrived. She could have waited for someone, leave the 1,000 with a note saying she'd be back. Is that why she needs a notebook? So she can't write a note? The following day, Hanzawa extorts homework from her and leaves her to clean the room and the bathroom in her stead, but then forces her to try to get the next day's test, calling for teachers so she goes in faster, but she's caught and races off in such a hurry she forgets her neck. Consumed by guilt, she wanders through the forest and thinks she'd starve to death, until she smells the sweet scent of chocolate right before falling to the ground. Of course, Chocola saves her and offers chocolate, which she accepts while thinking about what she would like to have done, the chocolate stick giving her the determination she needed to correct it all. What I take from you is your weak heart that refuses to admit mistakes. She immediately goes to the store, called Zaka, and shows the cup. Her mother scolds and slaps her, Mahou saying she ran from reality, but that she knows how much it hurts to keep lying, so she won't lie anymore, hugging her mother while crying. The day after, Hanzawa demands she steals the test, but she refuses, saying Hanzawa can tell on her because she's already explained to the store owner and won't give her money anymore, which catches everyone's attention. Before Hanzawa could say anything, however, Mahou continues, thanking her for helping leave the mess behind and asserting she won't get lost a second time and will not be her slave. Everyone looks at Hanzawa. She runs in such a rush she forgot her neck. She ends up in front of Chocola, disrespecting the store and the chocolate before stealing some that hide your secret, and leaving Chocola looking taller than she'd be and kind of floating in front of the table. Fall into darkness. Meep, meep. And after eating, no one can see her. She gets angry because she thinks they are ignoring her, crying in the middle of the street until she's hit by a truck. To surely be in an isekai called I Ate Magic Chocolate, was reborn in the dessert world and became a cook mage that makes sweet chimeras from pieces of candy monsters. I take your existence itself. And she becomes Sparkles? Stardust? Who's gonna use her to fix armors? She seems to have become intangible, but then the truck changes the hell out of her. The story is a bit forced. As said, there are easy ways out of her situation. Being a child, maybe she just wouldn't think of it, but she does think of a solution. If she rushed, Hanzawa couldn't have done anything before it was all resolved, and she could have refused much earlier. I suppose it highlights being a flaw of the main girl, that she doesn't follow her own idea. I'd say, however, the story doesn't ground the character well enough. She seems more saddened and or embarrassed than suffering here and there, and even angry. There's just one moment that feels like actually suffering and two of despair before going into the room. All possible reactions, but it still seems a bit thrown in. I felt the art's less worse than the first chapter, but we still have many parts with no background. Some twisted perspectives, some broken bodies, like the necklace, or these eyes that seem Egyptically to be forward on a profile. In fact, in this last one, you can't even be sure it'd be front or side. The Cocoa-esque powers are a bit questionable. The idea tends to be careful what you wish for, those full of themselves not considering what could go wrong. Hiding your secret, meaning she can't interact with anyone anymore, is a good idea. But someone being good but having a weak heart feels a bit like blaming the victim. She's like Jerry, but instead of feeling supported and eventually deciding to do the right thing, she just knew what to do the whole time but was weak. Now excuse me, I'm gonna make myself something sweet, because sugar-free chocolate is almost as expensive as the eggs. Just imagine sugar-free eggs. Sheesh. Please don't you forget to subscribe and hit the bell.